Once again, I'm doing this video only because some of my students want an extra listening practice. If you're here for that, great. If not, then you can exit this video at any time. Now, back in episode 2, I talked about an ex-manager from an advertising company where I'd worked. Now, this manager called me selfish because I didn't want to donate money to a charity to help African children. He also called me a douchebag as well. But I tried to get along with him because we needed to work together. But there's more to the story. The last straw with him, or the one incident that really damaged our relationship for good, came during the Super Bowl. Now, he invited me and 2 other co-workers to hang out and watch the Super Bowl at the local casino. Now, the Super Bowl is a big event. It's the football championship game in America. Now, the 2 co-workers were from China and had no interest in football. They had zero interest in the sport. But the manager convinced one of them to go. So it would be the 3 of us. It would be the manager, the 1 coworker, and me. Now, suddenly, the day of the Super Bowl, apparently that coworker texted the manager to say that his wife was sick. So he had to take care of her and couldn't join us. So it would just be me and the manager. But guess what? The manager texted me to say that the plan was canceled. So to me, that tells me the manager didn't like hanging out with me. I was just an extra person. He really preferred to hang out with that other coworker. At that point, I just thought that the manager should go frig himself. I later confronted the manager about this, but of course he denied that he didn't want to hang out with me. And since we had to work together, I gave him another chance. A few weeks later, he and I went out for lunch during our lunch break. He decided we should go to a restaurant in the mall. So we went. Now, the guy's a big soccer fan. There was a soccer match on TV at the restaurant. But I noticed that he ate very quickly. Yes, we did talk during the meal, but he seemed to be eating very fast. And we returned to the office quicker than normal, even though there was that soccer game on TV. The next example told me all I needed to know. It was probably the week after, but the Chinese coworker wasn't hungry and didn't want to eat lunch. But my manager persuaded that he join us as well, so it was me, the manager, and that coworker going out to eat. That coworker didn't order any food, he just had a glass of water, while the manager and I ordered rice. But the manager spent the whole meal talking to that coworker about baby names because the coworker was going to have a baby and had not chosen the name yet. So to me, that manager was an idiot because why should he give advice to the guy about baby names? Shouldn't that be a decision between that coworker and his wife? Yeah, the manager spent the whole meal giving him suggestions about baby names, and I would try to change the topic, but the manager would shoot me down. And after that, I never went out with them again. It was, obvious that the manager had a man crush on the guy. In his eyes, that coworker was probably his favorite because he was a yes man. I wasn't his favorite, even though I worked harder and had better skills. I gave up. I stopped hanging out with the manager. He's not a real friend. And I realized at some point as well, that coworker wasn't a real friend either. Because one time, someone from IT gave me a document containing a record of the messenger chats that the coworker had with other employees in the department. Now, the coworker and the other employees were making fun of me in the private messenger chats, saying I was selfish and talking about all kinds of bad things about me. So I knew at that point I couldn't trust anybody in that company. If anything, it was my own fault because at the beginning I was given the responsibility of interviewing people. Another supervisor and I interviewed that coworker during his interview. That supervisor didn't think we should hire him, but I felt that we should. The manager at that time thought perhaps we should just interview a new group of people. But I convinced that manager that we give the guy a chance. And eventually we did hire that guy. And that guy became the manager's favorite. So I thought that guy was a traitor because he participated in those messenger chats attacking me. So that was not cool at all. What can I say? If people view me as selfish, that's great. But again, each person is different. If we're all the same, then we'd all be robots. That wouldn't be fun. So originally in episode 2, I wanted to talk about restaurants and tipping. So that was what led us to this point. So thanks for watching. Answer the questions in the website, and we'll talk to you next time. Hi.